kung sakaling mangyayari yan, this will be the second time in the history na Marcos ang nakaupo na nagkaroon tayo ng snap election. Remember that we already had this in 1986, no? Before the EDSA revolution, we had the snap election. Apparently, nakita naman natin na yung resulta ng snap election na yon was rigged, no, in favor of the then president, and so it sparked the people power, no. So maaari kasi na maging precursor na naman ito of a similar incident, no. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng revolutionary government, kung maalala natin, noong 1986 hanggang 1987, ano. So right now, I think this full governmental reset is something that the public would definitely want, no, to happen. However, this is something I believe that many of the people currently in power may totally disagree on, no. So maganda yung binabanggit, pero on the level of how it could be executed or how it could be carried out, doon tayo magkakaproblema dito, no.
Pinalulutang po ngayon ang magkaroon po ng snap election mula sa Kamara, Senado, Vice President hanggang Presidente. Ito pong si Senador Alan Peter Cayetano po. Now ngayon, nung na-post din ito, kinuha natin yung pulso ng taong bayan. Gusto rin ng taong bayan na pati ang COMELEC, dapat din na tanggalin din, no? Para at least maging independent talaga yung, kumbaga, parang walang bias itong sakali man magkaroon po ng snap election. Dahil nga po dito sa kaliwat kanang mga issue ngayon na nawawalan na ng tiwala ang taong bayan sa gobyerno. Ano nakikita nyo po dito, Prof? At maaari po ba ito?
Well, ano kasi yan, ano, kung sakaling mangyayari yan, this will be the second time in the history na Marcos ang nakaupo na nagkaroon tayo ng snap election. Remember that we already had this in 1986, no? Before the EDSA revolution, we had the snap election. Apparently, nakita naman natin na yung resulta ng snap election na yon was rigged, no, in favor of the then president, and so it sparked the people power, no. So maaari kasi na maging precursor na naman ito of a similar incident, no. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng revolutionary government, kung maalala natin, noong 1986 hanggang 1987, ano. So right now, I think this full governmental reset is something that the public would definitely want, no, to happen. However, this is something I believe that many of the people currently in power may totally disagree on, no. So maganda yung binabanggit, pero on the level of how it could be executed or how it could be carried out, doon tayo magkakaproblema dito, no. So ako, I totally agree with the statement that the public already has lost their trust and confidence to the current administration, and that a full governmental reset is really necessary, no? Pero I think careful study or careful analysis should actually be done in line with this, especially if it may go against the very tenets of our Constitution. So yun ang dynamics na titignan natin dito. Mukhang maganda siyang tignan, pero baka mas makasama sa atin or baka mas magamit pa ito na leverage ng mga nakaupo ngayon, no, para magkaroon ng malawakang pagbabago sa gobyerno o sa struktura natin sa sistema na will in the end be in their favor, no. So ayaw nating mangyari yon. So yung mga scenarios na to, kinakailangan magkaroon tayo ng masusing pagtingin, pag-analisa kung ano-ano yung mga possible scenarios and what will be the contingency measures that should be in place if ever these things will happen. Kasi baka hindi maging maganda ang resulta nito para sa atin, lalong-lalo na yung mga nakaupo ngayon would not want to abdicate their positions, no, for the greater good of the country. I'm not seeing that happening, you know, with the current set of politicians that we have right now.
Nagpa-poll kami dito, no, sa mga netizens, sa ating mga kababayan, at lumalabas dito, halimbawa sa poll question na ginawa namin dito po sa amin pong community sa YouTube channel, almost 4,000 po ang lumahok at 88% po rito Prof, ay nagsasabing pabor talaga sila. Kung pagbabasihan mo naman yung mga komento, talagang nandun yung pagnanais nila na mabago na once and for all dahil nga sa mga issue ngayon. Prof, so sa kabila ng, kumbaga, ito ay boses ng taong bayan pero still dapat tingnan pa rin yung sa konstitusyon kung naaakma pa rin ito or pwede rin magkaroon ng disadvantage ito kasi baka pwedeng samantalahin. Iba yung magiging resulta ng snap election na mas lalong ikasasama ng loob ng mga Pilipino.
Exactly, you know, that's what I was saying a while ago. Kung maalala natin, nung ginawa natin yung snap elections nung 1986, di ba? Instead na yung maging maganda ang kinalabasan at yung inaasahan natin, malawakang dayaan ang nangyari. No? Pero siguro ang makagandahan din naman doon, nagpasidhi ito, lalong-lalo na doon sa desire at sa kagustuhan natin na baguhin through extra constitutional means yung ating pamahalaan during that time. And so people power happened immediately after, no? At dito nga sumambulat na yung galit ng taong bayan, naging dahilan din naman ng pagbabago. So I am not saying that history may not repeat itself, no? Pero mahirap kasi, no, baka natuto na rin yung mga kumbaga kontrabida nung panahon na yon at alam na nila ang gagawin ngayon at makapag-prepare sila. At yun naman yung ayaw natin mangyari kasi in the end baka taong bayan ang nasa disadvantageous position dito and we don't want that to happen, certainly.
Sa isang panayam naman, sinabi naman nitong si Senador Ping Lacson, sabi niya, hindi siya, tumututol siya. Election, snap, or regular is not the solution. In fact, election campaigns actually add to more corruption of the electorate by the candidates. For a change, how about certainty of punishment of corrupt politicians? The higher, the better. Ano po ang inyong masasabi dito, Prof?
Well, and then he should walk the talk. He had the position, he had the privilege, he had the power to do that. You know, when he was the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, and I think he still is, you know, until the time that he resigned. Pero hindi natin nakita yung decisiveness niya, no? Hindi natin nakita na gano'n siya ka-firm yung kanyang resolve na wakasan itong issue ng corruption, no? So magandang optics, no? Pero kung hiwalay ito sa iyong ginagawa at hindi mo naman to na nasa-substantiate by action, this will just be mere rhetorics lang to, no? Hindi talaga to magkakaroon ng meaningful resolution dito sa ating problema, kumbaga.
Opo, at ang alam ko lang na talagang mas gusto na mas patawan ng mas mabigat na parusa itong si Senador Ronald Bato de la Rosa sa pang-plunderer na parusang kamatayan agad yung ipataw, Prof.
Exactly. I totally agree with that, ano, kung tutusin. Kasi the same case and the same scenario will happen over and over again, especially if we have a very weak rule of law, especially if we have institutions that can easily be bypassed, or kung may mga institution tayo halimbawa na kayang maneobrahin ng kapangyarihan at pera, talagang paulit-ulit na mangyayari ito, no? And yung trajectory nito sa susunod na mga panahon, palaki ng palaki at palala ng palala lamang hanggang hindi tayo nakakapagbigay ng tinatawag natin na chilling effect, no, sa ating mga politiko na ang taong bayan ay nakamasid at ang mga institusyon natin ay nakahandang magbigay ng pinakamataas na level na parusa, which is deprivation of life in this case, no? Mas maganda nga ito kung gagawin natin in public open area, no, firing squad, just to really give that message na if you're going to do this, this is what you're going to have, no? So maniwala kayo kapag gano'n na nangyari, maaaring mabawasan ang bilang ng habol every time na we have elections, no? Makikita natin na yung talagang mga sincero at yung gusto lamang maglingkod ang magpa-fight ng kanilang candidacy, no?